Hi, I am Regal of Designs by Regal, and in honor of Creole Day, today we are going to be showcasing some head wraps. Creole Day is an event that is celebrated in October in St. Lucia and Dominica towards the end of the month, usually the last Friday or Sunday respectively. And it's really just a celebration of culture for the Caribbean islands. I would imagine it's much like the food fair that we have here, a gathering, music, food, art, everyone's dressed up and it's just really a big celebration. So today, really in honor of that day, I wanted to do a presentation with some head wraps. We're going to be doing traditional and contemporary, just something real quick and really simple just to showcase and tie in and give a little contribution from the Virgin Islands to this day, which is so special because we too incorporate Madras into our lifestyle, into our history, into our culture and tradition. So it is something that is shared throughout the Caribbean. So it's something that we want to highlight and share as well. Madras originated in India and made its way through the diaspora here to the Caribbean islands. And it's something that the slave owners imposed onto the slave women because they didn't want them to be attractive to the men. So the women were asked to wear plain clothing and also to cover their hair with head wraps. And the fabric that would be used is Madras, being that would be the scraps of the colonial dresses. This is the fabric that would be used to cover and adorn our hairs. And over time, that grew into something that we use as a point of pride. It's something that's a point of culture and something that we really use to represent ourselves here in the Caribbean. So here in the Virgin Islands, we have created our own Madras. This is a design that was done in 2019. And much like other Caribbean islands, they have their own national print. Dominica, I believe St. Lucia has their own as well. Not all, but we adapted our own and we incorporated colors that are throughout the Virgin Islands. So there's the green for the sugarcane, the blues, which are for the import-export, the seas, red is for power, white is for the flour sack, the pink is for the conch shell. So each color that you see here represents something that means something to us here in the Virgin Islands. I'm not sure if that is the point that was taken for creating the other prints or if they simply chose a fabric to represent them. But I think it's really unique that we actually created our own. And it just really goes to show that, we can take back Madras fabric and really incorporate it into everything and really define our own selves, just like African print did. That was all the craze at one point and very much a point of representation. And this is something that's very unique to us in the Caribbean islands and something that can be used just the same.
So we're about to tie a traditional Virgin Islands headpiece. Here we have a VI Madras color. So we'll be doing it 36 by 36 by 36, which is square and is 100% cotton before it's starch. So again, then it's folded into a rectangle and then it's creased just one or 2 inch, probably 1 or 2 inch. And then the lady, then it's ready to be folded. We're going to do it from back to front. I'm going to put it on the lady's head. The lady's going to hold it into position. And as we see here, we have to make sure it's even. And when you're tying these head pieces, you have to be somewhat strong because there's a lot of pulling and tugging. And the ladies has to let me know when it is tight enough. How does it feel? That's good, right there. That's good. And then you gather it. You gather it up to the top. And then you make a knot. Try to come around. Keep holding. And you make your knot. And of course you have to get some nice pins. You can put in 1 or 2, depends on your liking. But after that, the lady continues to hold. And then you pull it across and you pull it. Then your design will start to unfold as you start to pull it. Miss Regal said that it wasn't stiff enough, but I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. Some like it harder than this and some don't. I think I'm caught in the middle. I don't know which one I want sometimes. Sometimes I want it stiff, sometimes I don't. So this is how this, I think it turned out perfect. So you did a good job, Regal. Again, so this is, you consider this to be 3 points. So that's, yes, very lovely. So again, the VI traditional style can be done from the back to front. It could be done from the front to back, or it could be done on either side of the young ladies. So these are the traditional. And as we get into the modern times, you know, nowadays days, individuals get very fancy with it. They put on lace, they add flowers, they put fruits. Yeah. So it gets very, very creative in these modern times. So Madras is definitely on a totally next level, you know, of being used here in the Virgin Islands and throughout the world.
So we are now going to be doing the contemporary styles or the modern styles, which are done with a different head wrap. It's a little longer than the one used for the traditional head wrapping. Go ahead and hold it over your ears. Okay, as she secures it, then I'm gonna go ahead and pull. And it has the excess, so you just really just pin it as you bring it over. You take one side, you kind of wrap it around the high bun that's already in place. You're gonna hold it, and then you take the other side and you bring it around and you tuck it under the front. Okay, just simple as that. We have one style. Right now, another style that we're gonna do, it starts off the same way. Secure it, hold it for me. And this is gonna be the knot in the front, the big knot. So pull it nice and tight. And what you do is you actually twist it around itself. And you tuck the ends under the portion that you wrapped. And then you take the other one and you literally just go in the opposite direction. And you tuck it under. And then you just kind of adjust it how you'd like it to sit. Okay, so and this is how we showcase our pride for our culture with Madras head wraps here in the Caribbean islands.